Hey there, it's Pete over at the Sampleist, and today we are checking out Solo Textures from Heavyocity. Solo Textures is a NOVO sound pack. It's an add-on, it's an extension, but it does not mean you need to own the original NOVO to use Solo Textures. Every different add-on pack has a different theme, and the theme this time is intimate sounds, intimate performances that have been captured by Heavyocity, and then of course they use their own signature sound design. So we are talking organic sounds, organic articulations, and then we're talking synthetic sound design, different combos, different performances, pulses, rhythms, gorgeous sounds. The list is endless. Solo Textures is 14.92 gigabytes. When uncompressed, it's 21.58 gigabytes. So there is so much content going on with this library. It's powered by the Contact 7 engine, and it requires the Contact player, so the free version of Contact 7.8 or later. It is also NKS 2.0 integrated, so you have a Mark III Native Instruments complete controller. You can use this with all the bells and whistles, and of course it is on intro offer at the moment. So Solo Textures sells for $119. However, if you own NOVO, Forzo, Vento or Symphonic Destruction, you get an additional $20 off, so that is $99. For an instrument of this size, that is a fantastic price in my opinion. So head over to the Heavyocity website to check your availability or eligibility, and hopefully the discount applies to you. In this video, we are going to check out the Solo Textures, what sounds are contained within, and how does the instrument work. And I've already said it uses the same NOVO engine, so if you use that before, you'd be right at home. Really straightforward to use. So of course we've got all the brilliant controls, different key switches, and of course the onboard effects. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Heavyocity for sending over a copy of Solo Textures so we can make this video. And of course we get the instruments for free, but it does not cloud our judgment in any way about our thoughts, our ideas, or whatever we think about the library. We are just working composers who are lucky enough to get hold of these libraries to give you our honest thoughts. And of course, once we've looked at the library, we're going to throw it into a composing situation and just see what is Solo Textures like to compose with. So without further ado, let's jump straight in and check out Solo Textures from Heavyocity. And here we have Solo Textures loaded up in Native Instruments Complete Control. You can see that I've opted for a more traditional contact view, so we can see the 4 NKI instruments on the left hand side, and we can just drag them in and then use the different presets or snapshots from the drop down menu. I've decided to start off with the cello, but of course you can see we've got violin Solo Textures, viola, and of course we have the Solo Textures designer. The cello sounds incredible. It's absolutely stunning. So these are solo instruments, solo performers, and yeah, the sampling is brilliant. It's close, it's intimate. And it's not playing your standard articulations. So we can see it is playing a waves articulation, and the articulations are at the top, so subtle waves. Now, I have mentioned that my eyes are a little bit dodgy at the moment. That is hopefully improving. So I'm going to struggle to read these, but I do want to play through the different articulations so you get an idea of what we're working with. it sounds brilliant. And of course, these aren't legato patches, so you can play chords. And the mod wheel adjusts the dynamics in the middle. So if I just play without adjusting the mod wheel, so I can play two hands. Yeah, so they sound amazing, but of course you want to use the mod wheel. So I'll try and do this thing where I hold down a drone. So absolutely brilliant. Let's just go for one more articulation. Now these are key switchable at the top. And don't worry, when I do compose, I can see the instruments. It's just when I'm making these videos, the way Complete Control is at the moment, there is a resizable window, but it's still quite zoomed out. Yeah, so that will get better. So apologies for not being able to say what these articulations are. If I lean in, no, I can't see them. I'm just going to be honest. So if we look down here, I can read all these, no problem though. We got the different categories. We've got the cello detache, so we've got close, default, full mix, and wet. So if I just play the wet version, you can hear it in context. So lots of reverb going on there, and let's just play the close. So if it's really close strings you want, Heavyocity has us covered. Lovely. And then we have soundscapes. So I'm just going to go full mix. And we can hear, if I just hold down, let's go for an A. So some very unique performances going on there. And of course, again, key switchable. Just going to play single notes this time. So we've got major arpeggios, minor arpeggios, and I'm going to say harmonic slides. See, it's getting better. Yeah, how cool are they? Absolutely love it. So that's soundscapes, and then we got the cello sustains. Now we have non-sync versions, so these won't sync with the tempo in your DAW. So again, you can see we've got the same articulations. It's tremolo. Lovely. Yeah, gorgeous sounds. And then if we go to the sustains, but again, these sync. Now, I said same articulations. I did not mean the same as the Detache. So if we just go to do full mix again. So these will sync to your DAW. Absolutely brilliant. It's got some swells. Yeah, it sounds absolutely stunning. So again, key switch fault. Now it's worthy just looking at a couple of different controls. So we've got our different mic mixes. We can adjust these as we see fit. And again, I just love clicking around Heavyocity libraries. Let's just throw lots more reverb in. Couldn't decide if I was in G major or G minor there. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So lots of different controls. I'm not really going to play around these too much. So if you have used the NOVO engine before, all of this is really self-explanatory. But you know, we've got our different EQs, envelopes, reverbs, different effects. Absolutely simple, straightforward to use. And there we go. So that is looking at the cellos. Now, if we go to the violins, even though secretly I probably use a viola more than a violin, but there we go. We've got the same articulations going on, but of course they're a bit higher up. So no mod wheel. So if we use the mod wheel, we get the expression. Sound brilliant. So again, we have the same sounds going on. So if I've gone to full mix, do you like the full mix sound? So that's the up and down articulation. So again, performances and articulations you're not going to find anywhere else. Love the shorts. And of course, all of these tempo sync as well. So yeah, lovely. Then of course we've got the soundscapes as well. Got the minor tension. And the major arpeggios like the last one. let's go for the sustains. I'm just going to go straight for the synced ones. It makes no difference really, because again, it's tempo syncing. I'm just going to double check. There are different articulations. So it's one of those moments where I feel a little bit like a Wally, because I said it in the cellos, the articulations are the same, but they're not. And of course, these are performances, so they're not tempo sync performances. So there we go. So we have different articulations between the synced and non-synced. So I'm going to have to put up some kind of sign or whatever on the previous one when I edit the video. Yeah. Brilliant. And then viola, we have exactly the same thing going on. So Detache, soundscapes, sustains, non-sync, and then some other sustains. So I'm just going to go straight with the full mix again. Brilliant. So love the viola sound, and there's a reason that I use viola a lot. Love that performance. Amazing. Let's go for soundscape. I'm going to go full mix again. Actually, let's just go wet. And yeah, just don't know what you're going to hear. Sounds brill. So non-sync. Yeah, I mean, that sounds so good. Yeah, the wet sounds are just beautiful. I'm just going to play the sustains. Beautiful. Slightly dodgy modulation there, but there we go. And then we've got the solo texture designer. Now, this is just fun. We've got three categories. We've got the organic, so we've got full ensemble, ensemble not synced, and we've got the ensemble combos, and then we have the section combos. Now, the full ensemble, just going to play things at random. That's legato march. Let's do feathered tremolos. Neither mod will. Absolutely stunning. So we have all of this organic content across full ensembles. So you'll notice a lot of the different articulations are kind of combined here to make some really, really cool sounds. I'm just going to go for pedal pulse. Obviously, you've got a close mic version. Then we got the So we've got the same articulation but with different mixes, which is very, very cool. And then, of course, you can take any of these and just combine them with different articulations using the Heavyocity browser. Who knows what this will sound like? Well, it sounds brilliant. So, yeah. So, lots of different things going on there. We've got sectional combos if you just want the cellos or the violins or viola. Different ensemble combos. These are just stunning. Absolutely brilliant. And then we have some pads. The pads are great. I just want to close this. In fact, I'm just going to reload the instrument just really quickly. And let's go back to the pads. Pads. Harmonic Brewery. That's quite a jump in dynamics there. Yeah. Let's go for another one. But I love just the hybrid nature of these. Yeah. So the pads are stunning. Sunken ship. Fantastic. So we've got some pads, and then finally we have some rhythms, beat breakers. Yeah, just building up really cool grooves with close strings. And let's just go for one more. Reconstructions. Sounds brilliant. I don't know what I was playing there. A couple of dodgy notes as well. You can see the different controls working in the middle, and yeah, just really does sound very, very cool. So there we go. That is solo textures. Now, there's lots of different things you can do to play around with it. just have a really, really good time. So let's look at the, looks like the distortion module. Yeah. I'm not going to play that just because I don't know what kind of sounds are going to pop out. Oh, do you know what? Let's do it. I just heard my audio interface just make some noises. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't talk to the mic. Now you can see we have punish in here as well, so it looks a little bit different to the standard plugin, but it is here in the distortion module, which is very, very cool. And there we go. So lots and lots to play around with. That is solo textures. I do apologize on behalf of my silly eyes not helping me out so much. And then of course that's what led me to slightly make a mistake on the articulation. So I'm just going to say it again, just in case anyone is a little bit confused. The sustains, the non-sync, are different articulations, as we can see, to the synced version. So you get those brilliant performances, those free flowing performances. You don't have to worry about playing to a click or tempo. You just go with the performance, which is very, very cool. So that is Solo Textures. It is a fantastic library. It sounds amazing. It's very, very diverse. Has a lot of content, especially for $99, $119 or $149 when it's back on full price. The content is amazing. But what is it like to compose with? Well, I can answer that question because I gave myself a 1 hour challenge. And I say it's a challenge. I just had to create something really, really quick because I love Heavyocity scoring tools and I love working quickly with them. So I thought an hour, let's see what we come out with. So I went for a kind of tension crime vibe using a lot of my favorite Heavyocity instruments and of course a healthy dose of solo textures. I'm gonna say that one more time, a healthy dose of solo textures. So without further ado, let's check out the composition. Imagine the situation. You get phoned up by a publisher. Within the hour, we need some futuristic, hybrid, ambient, ambiguous underscore crime music. So what do you do? Well, this is the beauty of Heavyocity scoring tools. They just obviously interlock, they fit together, but they're so easy to work with. And Solo Textures is no exception. By that, I mean, it is just brilliant. You can compose, dig out sounds you want. There are so many different sounds to choose from, but it just fits together. So to highlight this, I have used obviously the Solo Textures library, and we have 7 instances of that going on. And then for keys, I've reached for two of my favourite Heavyocity keys libraries. Got the Avant keys, and we have the Ascend Modern Piano. So we've got electric piano, and we've got Ascend Modern Piano. And then right down the bottom, you can see in the percussion and sound design, because I've been a bit cheeky and just put all those together, we've got some booms from DM307, and then we have a rhythm that plays through the middle section. Gravity 2, amazing for some quick sounds. So I just got some transitions, and these are kind of high pitch and they add the tension really, really nicely. Got some Gravity 2 impacts, and it's a bit like a Brahms. So when we get to that section, we'll hear that. And then I've just finished with a single different impact at a different volume. Lovely. So how did it all start? Well, I love the hybrid nature of these solo textures, and when you put these together, so I've got Organic Combo 10 and 11 working together. I'm just going to play these as they are. It's a nice, delicate start. And then I thought, let's add the Chorda Lullaby pad as well to make it sound a little bit more hybrid, a bit more synthetic. And it's got that delicious ambiguity going on, especially when these chords hit. I do love a bit of dissonance. Now, to add to that, I went with some Avant keys. So this is their electric piano library, and it's an absolute gem. So I'm just going to play the single notes. And then the other gem that I have going on with it is Vast. Now, Vast is amazing. As soon as it was released on the first day, I just knew it was worth its weight in gold. So I bought it, and I've used Vast so much. And of course, if you're interested in Vast, we did cover it on the channel, so do check it out. But Vast, amazing tool. So when you bring all this together, and then I do have some booms from DM307. And DM307 is one of my secret weapons. I've used it so much. Fantastic electronic drum library, but the hybrid scoring and the industrial scoring are amazing for this kind of music, but it's got all kinds of electronic goodness going on. So in context, it all sounds like this. It's absolutely beautiful. And then we add the strings, so the rhythms from the strings. So we've got the Bach in Black, great name. Absolutely love it. It bounces around the stereo field, just sounds fantastic. And then when we have the Chorda Lullaby pad playing with it. And of course, I brought in the Organic Combo 10, and just hearing hybrid sounds with these brilliant rhythmical performances, and then obviously organic sounds really, really close up as well. It sounds absolutely gorgeous. So these strings, they're multi-dimensional. That's probably the best way to describe them. Now I'm just going to play from the organic combo when that comes in, and I'm just going to switch to 1-1. Yes, just over on the grid, and we can hear everything in time. So obviously I'm relying on some loops as well. Let's just hear how it sounds. Yeah, it's beautiful stuff. And just very, very quickly, with the Avant keys, if I just solo these off, I'm playing kind of like this almost like sweep glissando, and I'm using a key with vaston, and I'm using a key without vaston, so we get the sort of punchiness as well. So if I play these together, just really simple trick just to have those keys more defined. And then we've got booms, we've got a impact from Gravity 2. It's beautiful. Anyway, we go to the end of this section, and you'll notice there's not a huge amount of rises and all this going on. I'm just using these sort of delicate transitions. Takes us into the next step. Section of the piece. Now we've got the Beat Breakers riff. I was going to play this on its own. I love this. Do excuse my clicky keyboard there. Now my writing, because I sort of speed wrote this in an hour, including the mixing and everything else, you can see it's a little bit sloppy at best. So normally, if I had more time, I'd make sure everything's all sort of delicately put in the right place, and do the trick where I want everything to be a single thing. So hold down Control, and it selects everything together. Want that to be 0. But because I wasn't very, very accurate, it still just worked. And this is what I mean by Heavyocity libraries. It kind of filled in the gaps for me, it filled in the blanks. So when I was working really, really quickly, absolutely fine. So yeah, we got the Beat Breakers, and we got the Rhythm Glitch Modified Organisms. And I spelled organisms wrong, I think. Yeah. Let's just play those together. So fantastic rhythmical beds going on there. And then we've got the Bach in black. Sounds great. And I'm just alternating through 2 4-chord chord progressions. And it's really, really useful to hear everything working with a chord progression. So I've just used a D minor pedal over here, and then thrown in just really simple 4 chords, and just change the last chord to an A major. So if I just play with everything else that comes in, we've got the violins, the détaché up and down, absolutely love it. And yeah, everything else is together. So let's just hear it. They're just beautiful strings. That's all I can say. And the idea behind the quick demo was to show off some pads, show off some organic sounds, show off some rhythmical sounds, some hybrid sounds, and it kind of gets everything in there. But there's so much to choose from. Now the keys, incidentally, we got the Ascend Modern Piano, so playing this low down the octave. So just the first preset, not even using the pedal. And then I do that thing, which may not be the best thing to do, but again, I'm speed writing this. I just want it to, if I just solo it off, have an octave higher. So I copy and paste it and then just shift up arrow to get a second octave. Really, really quick speed idea. But with the Avant keys, I'm using the dry key, playing this an octave lower. And I do a lot of copy and pasting, and I knew I was going to copy and paste it, hence why I've not used the pedal. And then we play it an octave higher. But I don't double the octave on this instrument, so I don't want it to sound too thick. So yeah, it's a little bit 80s themes. I don't know why. It's just what pops into my head. And then of course we have the sound design. So I was making a big point of this. But I always keep the booms going through. If I established a boom earlier, I tend to keep it through. Then we got DM307 doing a rhythm. It's just beautiful in terms of hybrid percussion. And then we also have the Gravity 2 impacts. So this is found in the impacts, and of course you can change the pitch of these. So I'll set them to D. It's kind of like a Brahm. Sounds great. And in context. Yeah, it's got a little bit out of time when I unsoloed everything, but just listen to this. It's industrial or hybrid as anything that you're going to hear today. That is a true story. And then, of course, in context, you just get this really, really full sound. So I'm just going to play. And we have a Gravity 2 impact at the very end. And then, just moving on, we have the chord progression from the intro, but I did change the keys part. It's great stuff. That's all I can say. So, yeah, composing with solo textures, it's really, really easy. And if you have experience with other Heavyocity libraries, again, you're going to be right at home. But, yeah, I mean, what else can I say? They sound incredible, and there is so much to choose from. So, the solo textures composing experience is an A+ from me. It's just brilliant when it's under your fingers. So much fun to use. And now it's time for my closing thoughts about Solo Textures from Heavyocity. I love the original NOVO. I bought it way back when, many years ago, and it's a library that I continually use. And it's brilliant that Heavyocity keep expanding on a great idea. So this is another expansion for NOVO. However, this is a big one. It's not just a couple more presets or a different idea, and I'm not saying the other expansions are like that, because they're not. They've all got their own theme and they all have their own uses, and believe me, I use those expansions as well. But Solo Textures has the organic sounds, and the samples are absolutely gorgeous. It's just really close, it's really intimate. You've got the hybrid sound, you've got the synth sounds, you've got the performances, the combos, the shorts, the longs, the swells. There's just so much content within Solo Textures. And of course, you can start combining it with different plugins. So I keep going on about Vast. It is the best thing ever. Just a brilliant plugin, transforms lots of different instruments in many different ways. I've used it a lot in my recent works. It's just brilliant. And then of course, you know, you can use Punish, which is obviously built in, or you can use anything you want to, really. The possibilities are absolutely endless. But Heavyocity for $119 or $99 if you have NOVO previously, it's just an absolute bargain. Again, I'm just going to keep emphasizing the amount of content. But of course, amount is great, but are you going to use it? Well, when I was putting the composition together, I was really conscious. I got an hour all in, that's all I had. And I was picking out sounds that really jumped out at me. But when you spend more time with the library, you're going to find even more sounds, and you're not going to find anything that isn't usable. Even the slightly experimental pads or the soundscapes have their place in compositions somewhere. Nothing sounded too out there that you think, oh, I'm not going to use that. It's all really great content. So Solo Textures, it's just expanding on the original NOVO. It's expanding on a great idea, and it's doing it incredibly well. Do I recommend Solo Textures? My goodness, pick it up today. You will not be disappointed. All that leaves me to say is thank you once again to Heavyocity for sending over a copy of Solo Textures so we could make this video. If you like what you heard, feel free to leave a comment on the video and drop a like. Tell us, what do you like about Solo Textures? Have you already picked it up? Are you considering it? Do you use NOVO already? Just generally, what do you think about this instrument? If you've not done so already, please check out our other videos on YouTube, and of course, please hit that subscribe button. I do mention this quite a lot now. We don't make any financial gain from making these videos. We just want to spread the word of the work of the amazing developers for the composing community, and just give our honest thoughts and ideas. So there's no advertising, no affiliate links. It is just what we think about these instruments. Until next time, have a great day and keep making that beautiful music.